5,510 pounds, a Grey Wolf 23 MK in a loaded up Black Label edition with some extra options and upgrades applied to it. We're going to see this RV two ways today. First, we're going to look at the upgraded Black Label edition, which we've also applied a roof ladder to and power stabilizer jacks, as well as the Juice Pack solar package, versus a more standard edition 23 MK. And as we go, I would really like your input and feedback. Which way do you like better? Understanding that the Black Label is going to add a little bit of weight, a little bit of money. There are two major noticeable differences on a Black Label version of a 23 MK on the interior. The first of which is over here in the dining. They kind of lighten up, brighten up the fabric decors a little bit, and it really, as minor as it sounds, it actually does a pretty fantastic job of sort of opening up the floor plan. Similarly, they swapped from a thermal foil sealed edge pressed membrane kitchen countertop to a solid surface kitchen counter, and you can see that you're also getting split sink covers right there. And kind of like the dining arrangement, the brighter color accent over here, it really lightens up and makes the RV feel bigger, which in a smaller, you know, like under 30 foot, I think this is under 28 foot, couples camper like this, it has a big impact. However, you won't really find anything else change inside one of these. The bedroom, the bathroom, everything else remains the same. And while the differences inside are minor, like the countertop is the major one, the dinette color change, that's mostly just a cosmetic thing. Outside, there's big differences. Obviously, you've got that beautiful high gloss gel coat fiberglass skin, but what's easy to miss is the nose is actually still that painted aluminum. And they merged the two together seamlessly, especially the way that the color package and the decals, it just kind of fades and flows from one to the other. Now, the frameless windows are another part of the Black Label edition. It goes hand in hand with the fiberglass upgrade. You will also find these outfitted with, what I want to say, magnet holdbacks for these baggage doors as compared to the conventional clips. So that's just a nice little touch. Now, there's a couple other things we like to do on these Black Labels that are not specifically part of the Black Label package. So we kind of build one a little simpler, one a little fancier, and we let you kind of pick your own poison here. You can add power stabilizer jacks to any Grey Wolf, but we like to do it here on the Black Label just to kind of complete it. When you see that fiberglass skin, I think seeing the push-button stabilizer jacks all the way around is a nice touch. We also like to outfit the Black Label editions with a roof ladder to get up there to that fully walkable roof. And it's kind of cool that this shipped with the ladder in the down position and the folding cargo rack in the up position. So you can see you don't have to fold the ladder up out of the way to use that cargo rack. You can, depending on what you have loaded on the cargo rack, you might want to get the ladder out of the way, but you don't have to do that. Again, the ladder and the stabilizer jacks can be applied to any Grey Wolf, but we like to package them all together to have a simple thing that's a little more budget friendly, and then a jazzy thing that just has all the widgets. And the final piece of the puzzle we like to apply to all of our Cherokee products, whether it's a Wolf Pup, Grey Wolf, Wolf Pack, Cherokee, doesn't matter, is the Juice Pack solar package. This is a new feature that is being rolled out pretty much as we speak. It's not the be-all end-all of solar. It's very functional, however. It makes a lot of sense. It's also very inexpensive compared to almost any other solar package I've seen out there, coming in at half the cost of literally the next solar package that I've found in this industry. So it's a 50-watt high-efficiency panel, but it's a raised fixed-mounted panel so that the air can kind of flow under it. A lot of people don't realize when solar panels get hot, they kind of quit working, which when a solar panel has to sit in the sun, it's going to get hot. So having the airflow underneath is a really big deal. This also has the a voltmeter inside as well as a battery disconnect, and it does come with the battery from the factory. So now here's the thing at Haylet RV, our starter package always includes a battery. So it doesn't matter if you have the juice package or not. Any RV that you see here is going to have a battery on it. We just take care of our customers that way. We don't charge extra for that. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We just make sure that the only thing you need to do is put food in it and go camping. You know, we are gonna have it cleaned. We're gonna show you around the RV, and we don't charge extra money for that. So here's what I'd like to know. How do you like the Black Label edition versus the standard 23 MK that you're about to see? I like them both for different reasons. I think they both do some very good things. I think that, the Black Label stuff is largely cosmetic, but gravy, man, it looks good. It looks very, very good, because basically they just took the fiberglass from that Wolf Pack over there and said, put that on a Grey Wolf. That's mine now. So leave us a note. Let us know which way you would like your Grey Wolf. And here is a full video tour of a 23 MK Grey Wolf so you can learn all about this floor plan in either edition. 5,190 pounds, the 23 MK Grey Wolf here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan just keeps getting better. Coming in under 28 feet, fully travel accessible, excellent for half tons. The updates they put in this, they were small but really smart, and I say small, which is almost a misnomer because they have more than doubled their cold storage refrigerator capacity on this model, while also giving us a really neat outside ice maker. And a big part of that right weight, right features, right price is that in this size, when you start adding slide outs into the living room, it can be difficult to navigate. But if you notice over here with the slide closed, they left us, I don't know, about 6 inches right here. And it's a little bit of that sideways travel trailer two-step I've talked about before, but it's not hard to navigate, and it does allow you to get to the kitchen, the fridge, the bathroom, the anything, the everything. And you can see that, you know, if you need to make a travel stop, or if you just need to get the RV packed up and ready before you leave, it is, I would say, very turtle friendly. What's great is despite its shorter size, this one opens up into a nice living space. And it does everything you really need it to do. And that's kind of thing. This is smart camping essentials done very, very well right here. Like you've got a what I call true U dinette. You got a bigger U dinette, so it gives you a larger seating space, but also better guest capacity. And you will find the rear window, just like this big slide window, opens up for some awesome light and breeze throughs and whatnot. And as we go through this RV, keep an eye out. You see, like right there's a set of USB plugs. Anywhere that you sit or sleep in a Cherokee family product, they are very good about packing that thing full of some kind, usually both types of outlets, so that you can really go nuts, you know, whether charging any sort of phones, appliances, whatever. Up top here, we've got that skylight letting in just a flood of extra light, though you can see that there is a shade there for privacy. And we do have central air running through the ceiling and cabinet ducted heat, which allows for a ventless floor system. Now, the rear window does open for airflow, but the early morning light pouring in through that back window was not friendly to what I'm doing. But it also gave me a nice chance to showcase those slow, like manual roll up, down, I call them hypno shades. They're these, I love watching these things work right here. They have these like interior, exterior little panels, and you can let a little light in, you can let a lot of light in, or you can just straight like block out the sun like I've done right there. So they really give you a lot of control over how this whole thing looks. Now, kind of like the dinette will fold down into a sleeper, this sofa can fold down into a bed as well. Now, chances are the dinette's where you're going to probably put a guest if they come over, or I know some couples that sleep separately and they just need that dinette to be a large sleeper area, but this could be a little sleeper or a big dog. And both sides, your side stands here, you see how they have those kind of storage pockets. It's just neat how they make it almost like a headboard for a guest. Plus, you've got those sealed edge side stands right there. Those countertops have a sealed edge material, same as the kitchen, same as the dining, same as the bathroom. And over here in the kitchen, you see that with that flush mount sink cover and the stove, we've got some pretty good prep space. And if you peek between the sink fixture there, that high-rise spring-loaded sprayer faucet, you can see plenty of household outlets that are easy to reach. Now down below, we've got a nice space for a wastebasket, and they do something a little different here. They do 2 large drawers instead of 2 small ones. I kind of like that because have you ever been unable to open a drawer because a spatula kind of jumped up and was in the way? And when you're bouncing down the road in transit, that is very easy to have happen. Now you can see the skirted stainless sink right here. That has been there for a couple seasons, but that, oh man, that gunmetal black stainless, that just looks good. And they also revised their countertops and their sink cover a little bit. You see that little notch going on right there? That helps keep it in place, so if you are jostling down the road, it doesn't bang loose or anything like that. Now as we come back over here, one of the major updates, because a lot of this is tiny cosmetic stuff, but going to that 10.7 cubic foot 12 volt compressor fridge, that's a huge update. Plus they added a mini fridge outside in a little convenience center. They have more than doubled the fridge space in this model from the previous build generation. That's a huge, huge update. Now this is super off-grid friendly. If you are going to be using like solar and you're going to be off-grid, this thing only draws 3 amps, and a portable solar panel usually provides 9 to 10, so obviously you can use this fridge indefinitely. It's a very low draw fridge, and it cools quickly and powerfully. Now you can't see it, but they've also upgraded their systems a little bit here. When they went to this, you see this little thing here says Camp Smart. Then there's like, it's a little password. You're like, what is that? Well, if you pop your phone open and you get the LCI One Control app, basically, whatever you can do off this control pad, you could also do off your phone if you wanted to, but you always still have a physical backup button. So if you want to open and close your slides, control your awnings or something like that, your lights even, you can do that stuff right off your phone now, which is very handy if you're outside and want to open or close the awning. Should you choose to add a TV, you got that quick release bracket kind of set up, and the little piece of the bracket that marries up to your TV is included, by the way. Right below that, we have that remote control electric space heating fireplace, giving us a little bit of bonus heat without burning up our propane. And down below, we have a Bluetooth stereo with HDMI expansion slots and a clutter-cutting shoe garage. Next to, we come back to that big oversized U-dinette, which once again folds down into a bigger bed. But not only is that a larger sleeping space, it also comes equipped with a pair of full extension drawers here, so that you don't have to go disassembling half the dinette to get to the storage. Now, as we pass our way up through the bathroom, I want to have you think back to when we first walked through this RV when the slide was closed. You remember how when I was walking into the bathroom, that light turned off, and then it magically turned on? This light right here actually is tied to the motion sensitive switch that I just walked past as I walked into the door. So there's the light up. Now you can, if you want, if you don't want that to kick on with the motion mode, you can still override it by just shutting it off. But by default, it's in the on position, and it's tied to this handy little motion sensor back here. So this is really nice right here. Like if you just walk into the RV in the evening hours, and you don't want to get super blinded by the light, you can keep this thing right here turned off. But you'd still have this little guy with that little sensor in the middle giving you a little bit of an indicator as to where you are in the bathroom so you can see what you're doing. Now over here, we have 6.5 feet of just pure, unadulterated pantry or linen space or whatever. And I kind of say pantry because you could very easily use that as pantry space, because this RV also has its own dedicated linen space to our left as we go through here. But I want to point out, once again, no floor vents or anything like that. Private walk-through middle bath, so if you do have a guest on those sleeper seating areas in the living room and you're upstairs in the bedroom at night, or not upstairs, forward in the RV in the bedroom at night, everyone maintains privacy. Now you might notice these doors are slotted at the top. Sometimes people say, isn't that a privacy concern? No, it's not, because you literally can't smash your head against the ceiling hard enough to be able to peek over the thing. The other thing is, when we breathe, when we cook, when we exist, we exude heat, and that heat will rise. So they give us a larger vent fan up here, like the Max, it is a Max Air vent fan, to exhaust that hot air that we produce. And we produce a lot of hot air, not just as salespeople, but all human beings. So like I said, dedicated linen space right here. And I like the open shelves, so it gives you easy access place for like your extra soaps and body washes, things like that. More of that sealed edge counter stuff. That is a real tile backsplash, and I left the door closed behind me so the motion light kicked off. Just kind of waved my hand and magically, look at that, there we go. Big sink and big medicine cabinet finish off this bathroom area right here. Now if you're in the bathroom and moving around, you won't have to deal with those lights turning on and off. If you're standing in one spot with the door over the sensor like I just was, then it's, you know, a little more of a thing that tends to kick on and off. Now up front here, in our very private front bedroom, we've got a very nicely dressed bedroom. I like the dual full-length hanging closets on both sides so there's no sharp edges to stab you. Big viewing window over here on the camp side of the RV. Also, both sides of the bed have household and USB plugs, so it doesn't matter where you sleep, you can keep your phones charged up or whatever. Now that is that tall white vertical thing with the funny picture on it. That is a 2 USB plug right there, but it can be a mount for a Bluetooth portable Furrion speaker if you're so inclined. And just like you have a TV mount in the living room, you also have one here in the bedroom, and you have another one outside. Below that bed, you have a good storage compartment. You can see they put some support studs kind of under the middle of that bed so that it stays comfortable for you. It doesn't tend to sag or anything. Large, wide open space. If you want to use that solar prep plug, you got a perfect place for the panels. Or if you want to take a little portable grill with you, wouldn't you know it, you got a gas grill quick connect right under there too. Now, the exterior look of this largely hasn't changed from the previous generation, although the inclusion of that little outdoor convenience station with a little dorm-sized mini fridge and an ice maker between the door and the outside entertainment, that is a pretty clutch update. But of course, fan favorite features like a power awning, a power tongue jack, those things are still here, as is the custom engineered chassis that every one of these Grey Wolves ride on. You see how the tongue actually integrates into the chassis itself. That is why this has a standard interior height, but a little bit reduced exterior height. It actually rides a little bit lower to the ground, which means lower center of gravity, less headwinds, just easier handling while you're getting a full-size camper. And that's the thing, this is a great tower and goer. Whereas some of these things, you know, these 35-foot double slide jobs, they can be pretty bossy on the road. You're not going to have that here. All of our hookups are in one central spot right above our sewer outlet right there. And a neat thing they do, there's a separate switch for this inside. They have a dump station courtesy light, and it's a nice bright light. That way you can make sure that all of your fittings and everything are actually, you know, hooked up properly. Plus, if you are rolling into your campsite at night, you need to utilize your black flush or your outside shower, or hook up anything, you have it all right here. Seal gripping, rough textured slide walls are something that have been on Cherokees for a few seasons. I'd be surprised if they ever found their way off the Cherokee family of RVs. And what that's doing is the wiper seals on either side of that slide box, it makes them, basically just makes them work easier. Also, you might notice those little black, kind of brackety, boxy looking things on the top corners of the slide. That is prep for slide awnings. So it is now easier than ever to add a set of slide awnings to these Grey Wolves. They're being built right from the factory, a little more prep that way. Now this does have a fully walkable roof. You can see the backup camera prep between those upper marker lights and that optional folding cargo travel rack on the back there. It's got about a 200-pound load capacity, but it's perfect for adding things like bike racks, small generators, coolers, etc., extra cargo, without risking voiding your warranty. And that's one of those really neat things that comes on these campers right here. And it's funny because the camper, like you say, well, the model number is 23, but it's just shy of 28 feet. Part of it is because of that folding cargo travel rack. It means that the bumper has to be extended, which means that this RV reads on paper about 9 inches longer than it really should. Now over here, oh, by the way, spare tire is actually another optional piece of equipment that we will add 10 times out of 10 here at Haylett RV. I hope you never need it, just like I hope you never need your car insurance, but I sure hope you got one when you do need it. A little pet leash latch, so that these are good for more than just the fur friends. If you've got things like bicycles out here at night, you brought them here in those folding cargo rack on the back there, and you want to make sure your bicycles stay here. Now, it's just a nice little area you can tie stuff up. The MORryde stable steps right there. They keep the trailer from rocking and rolling as people come and go. And you've also got a anti-slam entry door in the back here under that awning. And that anti-slam doors, it's important that it's anti-slam because that little convenience center drawbridge, sort of drop-down utility shelf table, whatever you want to call it right there, the door, it's effectively, it is right next to that door. The main entry door. So you don't want the main entry door to slam against this little drawbridge door. But how cool is this? So inside we have a 10.7 cubic foot fridge. Outside we've got a roughly 2 cubic foot fridge. So this thing has just about, just shy of 12 cubic foot of total cold storage. That rivals a lot of big fifth wheels, ladies and gentlemen. Like these, you know, those 35 and foot up kind of fifth wheels. This has the same cubic foot of cold storage capacity. Plus, it has an ice maker, which is really cool. Plus, you have this little, you know, drawbridge thing. Like if you had your picnic table over here, that would be a perfect little spot to keep like your little utensil organizers and stuff sitting there, so it's ready to grab whenever you need it. Or you could make a little drinky drink station whenever. Plus, there is a little outside utility shower over here. Now this is kind of functioning a little bit as sort of like an outside sink, but it's good for like outside cleanup. You could have a little bowl, wash your hands, a little water there. If you choose to add a TV to the RV, the same bracket that mounts the TV inside would mount it outside as well. And you notice how all of that is located under that easy tilt power awning right there. Another thing that we like to do to these is we do like to enclose the holding tanks on them to give you that extra little bit of protection, whether it's keeping you protected from critters or keeping your tanks and your lines protected from stones and debris in transit. Anywhere that you have tanks and lines in the underbelly, it's enclosed and protected the way that we build them here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. So if that sounds good, give us a call, because we do it all except for hidden dealer fees. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.